You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
There's no question that African-American music has impacted every other form of music in America. Thanks to the National Museum of African-American Music, scheduled to open in Nashville this summer, music lovers everywhere will be able to trace the history of African-Americans' contributions to musical genres spanning generations. Everything from spirituals and gospel to blues and jazz to R&B and hip-hop. Joining me to talk about the educational experience is Henry Beecher Hicks, Chairman and CEO of the National Museum of African American Music. Hello there, Mr. Hicks. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I am great. So this is such exciting news that there will be a specific museum that's going to really pay homage to the groundbreaking work that our creativity has given the world. Could you tell us a little bit about this new museum?
Absolutely. I'd say it's about time, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll be right in the heart of downtown Nashville, 56,000 square feet. It's a $60 million project that's been in development for more than 20 years. And we are finally about to open to the public here just this coming Labor Day. It will deal with, as I like to say, everything from slave songs to hip hop and everything in between. So we'll really tell a story of the African-American contribution to American music and culture, starting right at 1619 and then going all the way up through the present day. So whatever your favorite is, whatever your jam is, we'll cover it in the museum.
Oh my goodness, that is exciting. People need to be starting to plan their trips right now. No.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Think of a better party to be at than where we'll be on Labor Day.
You know, that's a good point. So I'm thinking, are you going to have like live performances there? Are you going to have this big grand opening with music and historic museums right in the place?
Yeah, absolutely. All kinds of events are being planned, and you know we're keeping it just a little bit hush hush at the moment. But over the next few weeks, we'll roll out more details. We're going to start right with our I will say this: we'll start with our Celebration of Legends event, which will be held for the 7th time, actually early. So May 28th is when we'll do that, and then going forward right up through the grand opening itself, which will be Labor Day weekend. So more details to follow.
Now, I'm just wondering, really, you know, how popular this is going to be, not just in this country, but I believe as a draw for people all around the world. When you look at what happened here in Washington, D.C. with the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture, it became the most visited museum in the entire world after its opening. Are you expecting a similar level of success with this museum?
Well, we certainly hope so. I mean, it's really difficult to predict exactly how many people and how popular will be. What I will say is that last year, 16 million people visited Nashville, and we really think that this museum will be a big addition to the tourism scene. And in particular, we expect that it will draw music lovers from around the country and around the world.
Absolutely.
And will be one more reason specifically for African Americans to come and hang out with us in Nashville.
I completely agree. I mean, I am someone who loves to travel all over, and I don't care where I've been in the world, whether it's Europe, whether it's the continent, whether it's the Pacific, wherever I am in the world. The reflection of American culture that I see is our culture specifically, and
Yep.
and to drill down even more than that, it is often our musical genius that I see reflected everywhere, and people seeking to emulate it. And so, you know, when you think about the international impact, it's been incredible.
Right. I mean, and that's the story. I mean, one of the things that I think has been, you know, underreported in American culture is just how significant African Americans, roles African Americans play in our culture. And that is specifically true when it comes to music. And there are many, many examples of that. Folks who have borrowed from our culture and from our genius to create forms of music such as rock and roll. And, you know, folks like Mick Jagger and the Beatles certainly give credit to, and even Elvis Presley gave credit to African Americans for influencing the music that they shared with the world. And so that is true across any genre, any period of time. And we really want to make sure this museum really gives the African-American creators and geniuses and the credit that they deserve. And so we'll highlight everyone and the excellent contributions they make to music, but especially those African-American artists and the context. One of the things that's important to us in this museum is that we are not focused on genre as much as many museums might be. We really are placing this music, placing this culture in a historical context. So in the 1700s, what was American life like, and specifically what was African American life like? Very different than the way it is today. And so that difference comes out in that expression of American life comes out in the music that we share. And so we will make sure that comes through in the way the visitor experiences the music in the museum.
Oh, that is awesome. Are there going to be like some hands-on exhibits? Like, can I try to sing when I'm there?
You can. In fact, we're expecting that you will, and that you'll do great. Yes, there'll be more than 20 interactives through the museum. So we're really trying to make this a modern expression of a museum, a place where, I hope that families of all ages will want to come and to share in the experience of music, but also a place where young people will want to come and just hang out, not just when mom or dad brings them to the museum, but where they want to come and hang out and learn and listen and play and have a good time. So we're trying to make it a place where folks from all walks of life will want to come and learn with one another and learn something and yet go home patting their foot and smiling and maybe even beatboxing. And yes, you can sing.
Oh, thank you. I don't know that I really can sing, but I will definitely give it a try.
I got you. I'm your backup.
As long as you got some auto-tune in there, sister's good, okay?
I got you. No worries.
Well, listen, where can we go to find out more about your museum and getting ready for opening?
Absolutely. So you can find us on all social media channels at The NAMAM. We call it NAMAM, at The NMAAM. And then you can go to the web at blackmusicmuseum.org, blackmusicmuseum.org, and you can find out all kinds of stuff. And over the next few weeks, we'll be releasing more and more details about exactly what that grand opening will look like. Memberships are available. We're doing all kinds of educational programming around the city of Nashville and around the country. And so folks can kind of plug in, see what's going on, and we'll keep you updated.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you in Nashville.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it does. And I'm wondering what the community response is like, with particularly when you're talking about a community like Nashville that's really known. People think about music. But, and then, too, to add to that, it really evokes a level of pride because I'm thinking about how people will be able to walk into our experience and see the gentrification in this way. So much of what, and you all talked about it in the interview, so much of what is emulated in different cultures is from the original. And I just always hold true that Black folks are original. We are everything and we are eternal. And so to be able to experience that and have our story told in such an eloquent and profound way, that for me, for the imprint to be on our children, and especially as a reminder for our elders that hold this history, I think that is going to be game changing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It actually reminds me a lot of the, the National Museum of African American History and Culture, the Smithsonian, the Blacksonian. They have a really amazing exhibit on Black music, and it's not as, well known that that's there because everybody focuses on the History Gallery. So when I looked at that video, I was like, oh my God, this is like that on steroids, So that is incredibly exciting. I love the interactive part of it. And I also appreciate how he said it's not so much genre-based because, sometimes people can be like, all right, well, that's not really my thing. I'm just going to tune that out. I'm going to focus on this genre. But going through the historic aspects of it and how it shaped Black life and American culture I think that's a really huge part of why that's going to be really amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, when he talked about going back to the 1700s, the one thing I started thinking about is having gone to the slave castles. And I thought about lining hymns and how our ancestors, took those words and they used it as a way to really push forward. Like on the other side of those words were not freedom for them, but it was a way of really encouraging and connecting and just really passing on something that's very powerful that all these, years later, there are folks, there are churches, there are places of worship that still hold those traditions very, very strong and true. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you think about our creativity,
oh, God.
I mean, really, there are no people on the planet that are more creative and innovative than we are. And music is one of those ways that over and over and over again, we have been the groundbreakers, developing developing entirely new genres that the rest of the world eventually comes to try to mimic. It's just incredible to be able to have that history all sort of put together in one place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not lost on me either, the irony that, Nashville is known more for country music. So I like that it's bringing another little flavor to Nashville. It's like, okay, black music is here, people. So let's go on ahead and, represent.
Yeah, because we're innovators in that space too.
Absolutely.
So, that's very true.
Absolutely. And it didn't start with Lil Nas or whatever his name is.
Lil Nas X. It did not. It did not.
It did not start with him.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Are you looking to enhance your leadership or that of your team in 2020? Join our newest online course and mastermind group, How Successful People Think. Dr. Jackie Hood Martin will be your guide as you learn timeless leadership principles to apply to daily living. The offer expires February 28th. To register or start the online course, go to www.live2lead.com/Leesburg, www.live2lead.com/Leesburg.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.